So over the past 10 years of building M&J, what did you learn about building relationships?
Relationships brings trust. So when you refer me to someone today, I'll believe in that person because I was referred by Steve. So even in business as well, if you don't focus on building relationships, business can actually die. Any business has to invest in systems. That's why you see business, sometimes you try, you're the best guy in the country, but people don't come to you. The reason why people follow Japrez or Winky D, because they know that he has got a system. A system is his band. A system is when he's not ending his show, he's going to sing Goto. That's a system.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back again to your favorite podcast where we get to talk about business issues, business stories, business headlines, and drawing business lessons from that so that you and I can be informed and well educated as far as business is concerned, because really the goal is for us as Africans to rise from the dust and share within the clouds of success with the rest of the global community. And of course, I'm joined by the chartered vendor.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. You okay?
I'm okay. I'm fine.
So, in case you didn't know, we are celebrating 10 years of existence as M&J, 10 years of excellence, of resilience, of building timeless businesses. And just yesterday, I don't know what time this is going to fly, but as of the recording, yesterday we had a blast of a night at Rainbow. We were celebrating M&J. We're celebrating the story, the success stories, the businesses that we have built. And if you didn't attend, you missed out. I'm so sorry for you. But we're going to catch you up on what you missed out on. So for today's episode, I'm going to keep it short and sweet and directed towards you. Because I know in the height of the event, we know we're talking to people are giving speeches and all, but I know you didn't get into your usual character. You just gave a very short speech. So today we want to do a reflection of the past 10 years. You are the visionary. Everything that is today is as a result of your effort, your vision, your ability to endure the criticism and all of the things that could have stopped you from going on. And I know you are a renowned accountant. You could have easily gotten an accounting job somewhere, but you chose the unpopular path and trailblazed one of the biggest, the fastest growing consulting firms in Zimbabwe and Africa, and hopefully beyond borders into other continents. So I want us to do a reflection of the past 10 years. What did you learn in the past 10 years? And I'm not going to make it a broad question. I'm going to be narrowing down to specifics. So the first thing that I want you to speak into is, what did you learn about building relationships? Because I remember last night, one of the very first clients was there, and he spoke into how he gave you the job to do it when everything around you wasn't conventional for a consultant, but they trusted you, and to date we still are in connection with them. We still provide and exchange services with them. So over the past 10 years of building M&J, what did you learn about building relationships?
Okay, thank you so much. So in this life which you're actually living, when you don't have relationships, you're dead. So even in business, I look at it, even right now, my first landlord, my first office, we're still talking with that guy, and he actually wants to get into Zambia. He wants to invest into Zambia through me. And the guy also who spoke, Mr. Manyangarirwa, is the guy who introduced me to consultants, because I didn't know anything about consultants until he actually said, you did CIS, so you can actually do what? You can do consultants. You can register companies, etc. So I've learned that even the people who saw you whilst you're still working, because when I started, I didn't even have a car. I would sometimes when a big client hires you, you would grab a taxi, pretend as if you're disembarking from a car, just clean your shoes, make sure that people think that you've got a car. When they see you out, Sometimes we just say, I've parked across the road.
Yes.
So that's what used to happen. But those people trusted you and they give you a chance. So there are many people who actually helped me to be where I am today. And some people helped me, like I would take of Charlie. Charlie was my landlord, Charles. And they actually said, instead of paying $75, us sharing 50-50, you can pay $65. Because if you pay $75, you go back to your rural areas. Well, that's important, because if those people were not going to play their part, I was not going to be where I am today. And if you look at even my first client, it's amazing that from way back till now, he's still my client. And he gave me a chance. So to me, forgetting about those relationships, and I don't know how much business he has also referred me to along the path. So all this now is through building relationships. Why relationships is people buy from people they trust.
Yes, yes.
So relationships brings trust. So when you refer me to someone today, I'll believe in that person because I was referred by Steve. So even in business as well, if you don't focus on building relationships, business can actually die. I even remember one of my brother, Gillian Rusike, the founder of Mars, the Secretary General at Mars. He told me, which something which was actually profound. He said, for him to be where he is today, he just choose one day during the week. He's got a whole day which he doesn't do anything except communicating with people on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Just sending message. You say, Steve, hi, how's your family? How's your business? Chatting with them. It makes you build a relationship. Like even if you can see the difference between contact and contract, it's the R. And the R is the relationship. So you can have many contacts in your phone. But sometimes you'll be surprised that when you want to raise just $10, you don't have anyone to go to. Because why? When you say, I want $100, I want $10, they actually say, do I know you? I just know, yes, you saved my number, but do we really connect?
You don't have a relationship.
You don't have a relationship.
Yeah.
So relationship is something which you're supposed to be working on daily basis, on weekly basis. Having a number of people you can actually assist, and people are also able to assist you when things are bad. I think like Dube is actually say you should. I think there's a song which she says you need people on your way up. Respect people when you're going up.
Yes.
Because you need them when you're now going down.
When you're going down, they are your support structure.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so we often forget now when things are rose, everything, limelight is on you. But one day, you wake up today, you are no longer the Jerry who you used to be. So you need people. Your strong structures are the ones which are going to support you. Look at what has just happened in States. Whereby Donald Trump was down and out. Literally was down and out.
Yeah.
With many cases hovering around him. And things are bad. But look at what the supporting structures which he invested in whilst he was still in power.
Yeah.
They came.
They picked him up during the campaign period and everything, yeah.
And some people even endorsing him. The man which was being poured in his campaign, it was because of the relationships which he built whilst he was still in business, whilst he was still on TV. All those people, they came and they said, no, we need to rescue this guy. And right now he's now a president. Absolutely. Because of relationships.
Yes. Then also there's something that I want you to speak into as we are talking about building relationships. I know when you started, probably you had just 5 to 10 contacts. But then now, over the span of 10 years, you've worked with a lot of people and you now have contacts in Zambia, South Africa, in Botswana, in Zimbabwe. How do you keep up with those contacts? Do you specifically say, this one, I'm going to keep up with this one, this one, we can keep it as a transactional relationship? How do you then get to keep up with all of them? Or how do you specifically choose those you want to keep around you?
Yeah, thanks so much. That's a profound question. Because you look at it, I think one of my phones has got about 17,000 contacts.
Yes.
So when you look at it, it's very difficult, but through technology and the world we're now living in, it's very easy. What I've done is, number one, some people are communicating to them through this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
There's someone who's going to watch this podcast,
Yes.
who is part of my contacts, and they'll say, Jerry, I got an idea from what you're saying, you and Steve, when you're chatting. I got this profound idea, and I've used it, and it's useful. Get it? That's through another way. I also do emails. Daily, I speak to my customers, giving them ideas, telling them what is happening in the world, what is happening in Zimbabwe, what are the opportunities which are there in Malawi, what are the opportunities which are there in South Africa, the war in Zambia, the war in what was happening in Mozambique, how is it going to affect our business here in Zimbabwe? So that's what I do. I give them daily tips via emails. It has worked wonders, because when I meet people, they feel as if
you are connected.
we're connecting with them. Because why? Through emails. I've done also through my Facebook. I'm always posting videos. I'm posting messages. I'm posting on Twitter. I'm posting on LinkedIn. So I've created various platforms where I can communicate with my clients. I can also communicate with them via my WhatsApp. I can also communicate with them via phone, but obviously on phone and on WhatsApp, I can just communicate with a few. Then I've also found a way of communicating to them thanks to Grant Cardone. I communicate to people also through my books. Because when I write my book, I give you my book. When I'm talking, when you are reading that book,
it's as if
Jerry
you are
speaking
to you. Yes. I remember there was actually a testimonial from last night. Unfortunately, you had stepped out.
Yeah.
There was a guy who came and said, I had a meeting with Jerry. I bought one of his books. And when I read the book, now when I pick up a phone, before I speak to the client, his words come back to me as if he's speaking to me, and then I engage the client in the most appropriate way according to how you wrote it in the selling like a vendor book. Yeah.
So if we're rating these books, like what I've done is I've said for the next 10 years I'm going to be publishing a book every year.
Okay.
So these 10 books which I'm going to publish, and probably more if God allows us to do that, these will continue communicating, building relationships with people even when I'm gone. You look at it right now, I listen to some of my mentors. Most of them, they're dead. Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, dead in 2012. But when I listen to him, audio book, is as if he's there.
Speaking
I can
to
visualize.
you. Yes.
I can see him. So we now have a different way of communicating to our loved ones. Because do you know the biggest secret when I'm writing those books? I'm also writing to my kids. So that when their grandfather, their dad is no longer around, they can easily say, no, when he was faced with this is what he did.
That's true.
I will no longer be there probably as the grandfather or as a great-grandfather who's going to give them advice. But they can pick up a book.
The material
they can
that
pick
you
up this
left,
podcast and say, no. This guy, this is how he built relationships. So that's how you, in the technology world, do as much, be omnipresent.
Yeah,
always
absolutely.
be available, communicating to people through various platforms.
Wow.
People, they want to be obscure. They say, no, I cannot speak, I can't do this. But I don't think it's a time to wait for perfection.
Just
do it.
Exactly.
When I even started speaking, I would stammer. I would use a lot of ahs, I would break English left, right, and center. But some people came to me via inbox and say, Jerry, you are actually destroying your brand. Please, slow down. Try to find someone who's going to teach you public speaking. But I said, nonsense. The more I'm going to be trying, I will eventually be better. And I found people, people like you, who can also help me. And this is where we are. And I believe that through the God's grace, we are rising every day. We are meeting people who are giving us testimonies on daily basis. So sometimes you don't have to wait to be perfect. So people must use technology. Technology has actually come to help us as Africans.
Absolutely. And I like the fact that you spoke into Zig Ziglar, the late, but you speak of him in the current to say he's your mentor, but he's no
Yeah,
more there.
he's amazing. My
That's
mentor,
the beauty of technology. So yeah, that's just about it as far as relationships are concerned. Then the other thing that I also want you to speak into, remember we are saying this year marks the 10th year as M&J, meaning to say around 2014 thereabout. That's when this whole goal, this vision started. Now looking at how much we have survived, I know especially when New Year is coming, it's just about the corner in January. People will write resolutions. I want to go to the gym. I want to, they'll even subscribe 3 months membership to the gym, but they will just go 3 days and they fizzle out. So what kept you on this run for 10 years? What's keeping you there? Talk to me.
Okay. So I think the first thing is you have to focus. And I still remember when I was watching this, it's just a book or I was a podcast. And there's a guy who asked Bill Gates, the father of Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. They are all billionaires, by the way. So the young men, they were sitting in a restaurant, and the young man had an opportunity to ask the billionaires. So he said, I've got one question. I want to know what can make me successful. And they all said at the same time, focus. That was Brian Tracy. And to me, focusing on your goals, knowing where you want to be, knowing why you were born. So I believe that I was born to help other people. So I don't usually look at what I'm going to be benefiting, but I look at what most of the people are going to benefit. Even looking at our family. So I'm like, I would like to sacrifice for the family. I would like to take a bullet for the guys. So what I'm just saying is the power of just focusing on what you really want to do. The vision must be clear. The goals must be clear. And also some things which actually keep me going also is because I've become a reader and a listener. When you listen to podcasts, when you listen to audiobooks, when you read books, the books are almost the same. They always emphasize on the same things, persistent. Failure is going to happen to you. And when you also watch stories in politics, stories in soccer, the biggest comeback, which has actually happened in the United States of America, of Donald Trump coming, to me, it's so inspirational. So when I'm even down, I've got a case in courts. I still remember last year, where like one of our case, which would have actually wiped us out in terms of liquidity. But I would look at Donald Trump, and I'm like, I've got one case. This dude is going to the courts almost on daily basis.
Every day.
But he's keeping his smile. He's still that man. And he's always dressed in suits. And you don't even see fear. And he's still even bullish. So he said to me, if I've got one case, this guy has got almost 1,000 cases. So who am I? Why can't I be brave? So when I just look at him, to me it's inspirational. When I listen to his books, it's inspirational. So you need, when you're down, I know that when chips can be down, things can go bad. Zimra is after you. You are being sued left and right and center. You need to start saying, okay, fine. If you grab a book and say, and you hear that there are people who failed 10,000 times. Like it's Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison, yeah, the guy who
10,000 times this guy was failing. I've just failed twice. Why can't I try for the third time? Why can't I try for the fourth time? It's normal. Because what seems normal for the 1%, like us readers, listeners, people who are inspired, people who are motivated, it's not the same with the 99%. So what I've learned from Grant Cardone is you won't be successful. They'll first start by criticizing you, and later they'll start admiring you. So criticism is going to be part of it. Some people are going to say what you're saying is nonsense. Some people are going to say, this guy, I still remember the first time we posted on TikTok, people were saying, this is Shonglish. They were saying you're speaking in English, but it's in Shona. Some people would say that. Then I would answer them and say, but Burna Boy is proud of his Nigerian accent. And right now is the most, is this, one of the biggest artists in the world right now as we
Yes,
speak.
yes, yes,
So that
true.
would actually give me confidence. Burna Boy never changed his tone when he got into America. Right now, he's the biggest artist. People, they're actually looking for him because of that Nigerian accent. So I say to myself, that is going to keep me going. So criticism will come, failure is going to happen. What you just need is to focus and remain persistent. When you wake up at 4, make sure that you always wake up at 4. When you're supposed to read every day, make sure that you read every day. By the way, don't wait for the year to end to write goals. Write your goals every day. So that
Absolutely.
you know that, are you still in track?
This is what you want to do. Absolutely. And I like the fact that you mentioned focus. And here we are recording with cameras. So if you didn't know, cameras have got this thing called focus. So what happens is when a camera is out of focus, what it means is the main subject, in this case, which are your goals, they are blurry. And it's picking up things that are on the left, the right, the top, and the bottom that are not necessary for the frame. But when a camera is said to have focused, it's focusing on the subject only, and everything around it becomes blurry. So looking into what you've just said, it means when we focus, we blur out every other thing that is around us that doesn't add value in achieving our goals. Then we just focus on that one thing and do it so well. Now I know that focusing on one thing brings an element of consistency. So we're going to take a short break. I want you to then come and speak into systems that are developed out of consistency and the importance of a system if you're going to be in this game for the long run. Otherwise, for now, please let's take a break, and you can also engage with the products and services that we are flighting as M&J on our drive to build timeless businesses. And this is just a reminder before you forget, please make sure that you're subscribed, you share this video, and you like it so that it's also recommended to others. Yeah.
As we celebrate 10 years of building timeless businesses, M&J would like to take this opportunity to honor and celebrate our valued clients. Over the years, we have grown together, creating partnerships that have transformed dreams into reality.
We don't just celebrate our achievements, we celebrate the trust you've placed in us. Trust that has made us your partners in starting and establishing your companies, and partners in navigating the challenges of business.
We've been your partners in investing in Zambia, South Africa, and other countries, helping you tap into new markets and opportunities for sustainable growth and future.
Partners in ensuring compliance with local laws and regulations, and partners helping you grow sales revenue for your company.
We've also been partners in establishing strong HR policies that will not only help your organization, but will also help you to attract the best talent.
Of course, we've been partners in embracing technology, helping you to acquire and implement best solutions that can increase your efficiency and productivity in your business.
Here is to many more years of building long-lasting brands, businesses that endure for generations to come. Here is to 10 years of building timeless businesses with M&J.
The chartered vendor. Chartered, it simply means the experience which I got from the workplace and through formal education. Vendor, it simply means that I was once a vendor selling sweets, selling bananas on the streets. Combined, it makes the chartered vendor. Many people complain, they think that you need monetary capital to start a business. Contrary to that, I only started my business with only a laptop. If you want to know more about my story, grab your copy today.
Right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are still hanging out with the man who has sustained M&J through his vision, his persistence and endurance. And they're thriving quite well, building timeless businesses. And that is indeed the mantra that we are living by. So I had promised you that we're going to dive into systems that are built from consistency. So let's dive straight into that. Well, I was saying consistency breeds a system. Eventually, when you're consistent with something, it becomes a system, a part of you. Now, how important are systems for the longevity of this entrepreneurship game?
Yeah, I think so. What I've seen is systems are very important because why? It's a matter of trying to replicate yourself. Because right now, as I'm sitting with you, There are meetings which are actually taking place. There are people who are doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because what I noticed is the reason why most of the consultants companies don't grow, because people believe that I'm the one who is the consultant. But I need to have a skill of getting what I'm doing right now is supposed to be done by another person. If you notice, even on this podcast, we've brought many young amateurs to actually try and, because you're trying to say, if I'm not there, this podcast is supposed to continue.
Go on, yes.
So I believe that people can actually, anyone can do. I believe so much in people. So that's why it's important now to actually say, no, fine. How can I replicate myself? How can I build something in Zambia? Zambia is operating right now. The company is operating, doing very well. Thumbs up to Tamuga, is doing very well. But I'm not there. He's working with another team. So it's a system now. So a system is how people can actually do things systematically. To say, when I get into Chicken Inn today in Harare, I'll get same service, 10 minutes, same smile, same quality. That's a system. If I get into Wange, same system. If I get into Bay Bridge, same system.
Yes.
So I now know that even if I'm going to get Chicken Inn in Zambia, it's the same system. Then I've actually said it. People don't follow chips and chicken. People follow systems.
They love the consistency.
People want to say, if Jerry is supposed to finish an audit in 3 days, you know that you engage me again knowing that in 3 days I'll be done. The same way we trust airlines. Emirates, if it's supposed to go to Dubai, it's 9.5 hours, if I'm not mistaken, or it's 8 hours. They are going to spend 8 hours. And you know very well, you can plan because you know that they're going to spend 8 hours. When now you're expecting them to reach in next 8 hours, then they'll reach after 10 hours. You know, say, I no longer trust this system.
That's true.
Even if it's a cameraman, even if it's a videographer, if you promise your customer that soon after taking this video, you're going to get your video in 24 hours, deliver it in what? In 24 hours.
Yes.
The moment you're going to deliver it in 48 hours, the system has been broken. And I no longer have trust. So even giving you more jobs, I've destroyed the system. So that has been that is where I actually work, even up to now. When you hear me shouting at someone, it's because I'm worried that does this system going to continue when I'm no longer there?
That's very true. You know, as you are speaking, you just gave me an aha moment. You know, I'm actually realizing that the reason why people refer clients to someone is because they now know the consistency within their system. So if I'm going to refer Jerry for the audit services, I know that he does it in 3 days. So if I refer you, I'm doing it on the premise that no, contact this guy, he will do it in 3 days. But if you fluctuate with 3 days, 7 days, 12 days, I can't refer you because then if I'm asking how long does it take, I can't give a clear answer. But if your system and your consistency is definite, you get the same quality of service, then you can definitely get referrals.
Yeah,
Wow.
imagine you're looking, even it's a boutique. When you start selling a cloth line, probably you're selling suits. When you're selling this type of suits, they're supposed to be there always.
Yes.
So that when I refer someone,
They'll find them
they'll
there.
find them there. But the day they'll just get in and you don't have them, and they're saying, come tomorrow, people will never come again.
The system is broken.
The system has been broken. So that's what people must concentrate on. Because people, they think, I've set up everything, even my goods are cheap. But people are not coming because we don't have a system. There's no consistency. Even your shop is supposed to open at 8, but sometimes it opens at 10 past 8. The other day when you're happy, it opens at 6:30. So people will be confused now.
Yes.
But people, they must know that this shop, if you know, see the professional shops, Pick and Pay, okay, ShopRite. If it's 7:30,
7:30 on the dot, they open.
If they close at 2000 hours,
That's
they
the time
close
that
at
they
2000
close.
hours.
Absolutely.
If they are open during lunch, they are always open during lunch.
Now that you've mentioned that, you've just brought Indians into the picture. You know, they consistently close their shops, I think, for lunch hour because they've got lunchtime prayers. for some, it might be a business hiccup. But because they do it consistently without compromise, we are comfortable. You know, I know people who actually plan to say, no, I can't go now. They are closed for prayer. I'll go at 2. So, yeah.
So even if I say today, Friday, I'm closing my business. If I can do it for the next 52 weeks, people will know that M&J doesn't operate on Friday. Rather look for them on Saturday or what? On Sunday.
On Sunday, yeah.
But we lack a system now. So what my focus personally is to say, how can I improve my system? The way I speak, that's the same way my kids are supposed to be speaking. The way I will help my customers, that's the same way my people are supposed to be helping customers. When I do that now, when I can create 70 people who can service customers the way I can service them, I'm developing a system. Just today, I've got an entrepreneur who is scared. I said, we need to develop a system. You need to quit doing some other things. We need to involve people. And we need to build a system so that this business can survive beyond you. Do you know what she said? One day they'll actually open their own businesses. I'm scared they'll take the information and use it against me.
Yeah.
Then I said, that's the reason you stay small.
You're trying to guard
You are trying to say, no, this information. I tell you, under M&J, there's no information which is sacred. We'll give you the whole template. We'll give you all the skills which I know. I make sure that everyone in M&J actually knows that. I'm not scared about competition. Because I know that even when you go out to start your own thing, at least you're supposed to start where I started. Yeah, but at least you're now a bit wise than me. But definitely because you're now competing against a bigger brand, it's supposed to also take you 10 years to be where I am. But because probably you've got a bit of some knowledge, so it will take you 7 years. You're not supposed to compete with me directly if I've got a system. That's why you notice that business which have invested in systems, they'll never compete with their employees when they leave. They don't even recognize their former employees as competition. Look at it. Look at Chicken Inn.
You are spitting bars. I'm still. My head is still ringing.
Look at Chicken Inn right now.
Yes.
It's simple to do those chips and chicken. I don't think that that cookware is expensive. It's not. Those stoves are not expensive.
Yeah.
But why is that there's no one who has actually managed to replicate what Chicken Inn is doing? Because why? You know the formula of cooking chips, but you don't know the secret behind the business, which are systems.
Wow.
There's no one who has left TM and tried to open their supermarket and compete against TM. Impossible. There's no one who has left Cresta hotels. There's no one who has left Miko's and have their own hotel and people start flocking to them because you're the CEO of Miko's. No way. Because there is a system. The hidden, they think that when they know the product, when they know how to do tax returns and etc., they now have a business. What constitutes a business is a system.
It's a system.
Apple, it's a system. That's why these copycats are coming, trying to recreate the same phone, they put a different name, but people will still go for Apple. Because people know that there is a system. There's a way I'm serviced when my iPad is not working. There's a way they're going to service me when my Apple Watch is not what? It's not performing according to their specifications. It's a system. So what we forget as business people, work in investing in systems and people actually come to you. The business will grow because the people are following. That's what creates a brand. A brand is only a brand because it's well known of something. When I'm buying a Toyota, I know that a Toyota is strong. It's easy to repair. Done. I know that Toyota spares are easy to find. That's a system which they've created as Toyota.
Yes.
But when today I'm scared, now when I see Avao, I'm like, the car is beautiful.
We don't know the system yet.
The car is nice, but the space is easily available. Do people know how to repair that kind of a car? CX-5, the Mazda. The reason why it has got bad name in the industry, because there's a wrong system behind it. So any business has to invest in systems. That's why you see business, sometimes you're the best guy in the country, but people don't come to you. The reason why people follow Japres or Winky D, because they know that He has got a system. A system is his band. A system is when he's now ending his show, he's going to sing Goto. That's a system. Yes, he'll surprise you with one or two, but people know that I'll be going to
You're
Japre's show
guaranteed
because
that
when
at
he's
the
going to
end-
end the show, he's going to sing Goto. Are you getting it? That's a
Yes, I'm
system
following
now.
Wow.
But some people don't have system. Today he produces 2 songs on his album. Tomorrow he's producing 61 songs. Then you'll be surprised that you continue being an upcoming artist. Look at what happens in the Western world, my brother.
Yeah.
When these guys are creating a film, there's a director. There's when the list is coming out
There's
now
a
after
whole lot of
there's-
names,
there
yeah.
are- the people who are acting are actually fewer than the people who are directing for that film to actually come out. To be like, wow. But here we like doing shortcuts. That's why you see how things, they don't go to the next level because they don't invest in systems. So systems are not only in business, in churches, schools, artists, bars, everywhere. Keep doing what you're doing, same time, same service. If you're putting 1.5 spoons of sugar, keep it that way. I tell you, people flock to your business. The guys who are doing cakes, I don't want to eat a cake today, it's sugar. Tomorrow, there's no sugar. I'll be
It
like,
needs to be consistent. Formulate a
exactly.
system.
So that's
yeah.
a system.
And also, systems can be found at personal level. You know, if you are going to be 5 minutes ahead of every other meeting, then make it
Exactly.
a system
It's a
so that
system.
people know that 5 minutes before the meeting, he's already here.
But if you also have a system of delaying with 10 minutes, it will be a system.
Yeah, eventually to become... You always be 10 minutes
Exactly,
late
10
to a
minutes late.
commitment. Wow, that was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we have to leave you on such a high note. I know you'd have loved the conversation to go on. So remember, we are talking to the visionary, the man behind the 10 years of building timeless businesses. If you've got questions, specific questions that you want help on in terms of how you build businesses that last for so long, regardless of the availability, your availability, it still continues to run on. Please get in touch with us in the comment section. Let's engage there. We'll do one special for you where we get to answer and round up all those questions for you, much to your benefit. Otherwise, from me to you, see you on the next one.